Hello, viewers, it's Josie. Welcome back to Eclectic Movie Reviews. And tonight I am giving out my fictional awards for the 2022-2023 school year. Me working at a library and, having in that regard, having involvement with the school district. My mother is a teaching aide at an elementary school. I often think, like, time wise, like in school in school calendar mode, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna give out awards for the movies that I've watched, uh, and that obviously have left an impact on me throughout the school year. Um, but before I do that, I'm gonna do some revisions for my 2022-2023 season alternate Oscars for this season that has just passed, because I didn't give out, like, and this time I'm going to give out actual awards for picture, director, and screenplay, because I didn't do that. I did like some like weird category thing, like a best inspirational film, best afterlife movie, the stepdad award. If you've seen that video, you'll know what I mean. But I couldn't really make up my mind then, for certain reasons. But now more time has passed, and I can it and I can, more clear head, I could figure out those categories. It's they're mostly the same with a few differentiations. For best stunts, I'm keeping, I believe I gave it to RRR, and I'm keeping it that way. For best editing, I originally gave it to Apollo 10 and a half, but I'm changing it to Triangle of Sadness. Uh, for best sound, I'm keeping Nope. Best original score, I'm keeping The Batman. Best makeup and hair, I'm keeping X. Best costumes, I'm keeping Pearl. Best production design, I'm keeping Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. For best cinematography, I'm changing it from Nope to I'm changing it from Hoyt van Hoytema for Nope to Claudio Miranda for Top Gun Maverick. Best adapted screenplay, I'm giving it to The Quiet Girl. Best original screenplay, Triangle of Sadness. Best supporting, I really should have announced the supporting categories before the screenplays, but whatever. Best supporting actress, I'm giving it. I originally gave to Carrie Condon. I'm changing it to Dolly DeLeon for Triangle of Sadness. For best supporting actor, I would still keep Ki Kwan, but for the sake of this video, since it is, after all, alternate Oscars, and Everything Everywhere All at Once already has 7, I'm gonna give it to Barry Keoghan for Banshees of Inisherin. Was really happy he won that BAFTA too. Uh, uh, for best lead actress, I'm keeping Mia Goth for both X and Pearl. Did a dual award thing there. For lead actor, I'm just gonna keep Brendan Fraser for The Whale, because I really can't think of anyone else who can beat that lead male performance. I really can't. Best acting ensemble, I'm giving it to Triangle of Sadness. For best director, Todd Field for Tar. And for best picture, Ruben Östlund's Triangle of Sadness. There you go. That's my revised 2022-2023 personal Oscars. And now let me get to the official Eclectic Awards for the 2022-2023 school year, starting from the bottom up. Let's start with the sound categories. Now, with these sound categories, I went old school and had sound editing and sound mixing. I figured I can highlight some a couple more films if I did that. And also, I did that too, a little similarly with cinematography, but I'll get to that later. For best sound editing, I'm giving it to George Roy Hill's The Great Waldo Pepper from 1975, which is an awesome plane movie. I have a theory that Tom Cruise's character from Top Gun is a reincarnation of Waldo Pepper himself. The Video Archives podcast has a great episode on The Great Waldo Pepper. I recommend you listen to. I also recommend you see the movie. For best sound mixing, I'm giving it to Koyaanisqatsi from was it 1982? Damn it. Yes, 1982. I was correct. The way the music flows with both the city and landscape imagery here must have taken such a degree of difficulty. For that reason, it's an achievement. And then for song, I'm giving it to this. I don't know if it's an original song or a song that was pre-existing, but doesn't matter. Just best song in general, whether original or pre-existing. A song I've been listening to since September when I watched the movie. Tonight Is What It Means to Be Young from Streets of Fire. Man, this song just totally rules. When the rebels begin, we're dancing with the rebels in the broken hearted. The way Diane Lane sings that song, awesome. For best editing, I'm giving it to Altered States from 1980. I'm not just awarding editor Stuart Baird for the cuts between the hallucinations and reality, but also this film slows down and speeds up at points when necessary. The pacing is what makes Altered States work as a mind trip body horror and a domestic marital family drama. For best original score, I'm giving it to Grave of the Fireflies. Was it done by Joe Hisaishi? Oh, the Fireflies composer. No, Michio Mamiya. I'm giving it to him for Grave of the Fireflies. Just a single note from the score alone makes me tear up. But it's so beautiful. For best, I wanted to give one movie one award each, but I'm cheating a little bit here with my rule because I'm also giving Altered States best makeup and hair. That creature transformation, I mean, come on. Even I was startled by that when I watched it. For best costume design, I'm giving it to Litzomania from 1975, directed by Ken Russell. The film I actually pair Tar with my Oscar pairings video. And what I love about the costumes here is that they have both the look of the time period for which the film is set and 1970s rock star flair, which makes sense when your lead character is played wonderfully by Roger Daltrey from The Who. For best production design / art direction, I'm giving it to Jacques Tati's Playtime. This is just some of the most immaculate production design in a movie ever. I don't know what else to say. Uh, yeah, go watch Playtime. Okay, so cinematography, I'm dividing into two cate- categories, given that, these are a mix of old and new movies. I didn't think it would be necessarily, I didn't feel like it would be fair to, when, when watching so many things, to like compare a film's black and white cinematography to a color film cinematography. For this video, I didn't think it would be fair to do that, so I separated them to two different categories. For best cinematography black and white, I'm giving it to Vampire from 1932. And the nightmarish atmosphere is just so iconic, and the shadows are practically characters. Just, just incredible. And is Vampire still on HBO Max? Well, now Max. So stupid. Sorry. Vampire. Yes, it is still on Max. And for best cinematography color, I'm giving it to The Color of Pomegranates from 1969, directed by Sergei Parajanov, and cinematography by Suren Shakabazin. I can't pronounce it. Oh, I forgot to give credit to the Vampire cinematographer. Sorry. Oh, it's two people. Rudolph Maté and Louis Nee for Vampire. Now, for Best Supporting Actress, I'm giving it to Blanca Guerra for Santa Sangre from 1989, directed by Alejandro Jodorowsky. No words to describe, but menacing. Also just some of the best circus production design I've ever seen. I know I didn't give production design, but just figured I'd bring that up anyway. But Blanca Guerra, she's just so chilling as the crazy mother, and without with the within the store with the story. Well, no words to describe, as I said, just but menacing. For best supporting actor, Jackie Earle Haley for Little Children from 2006, directed by Todd Field. And I'm giving it to him for his humanization of a character that on paper is unhumanizable. That's just some of the great things you can do with good acting and good writing. For best adapted screenplay, I'm giving it to David and Lisa from 1962, directed by Frank Perry, with a screenplay by Eleanor Perry and I believe there is another credited screenwriter on here. I remember yes, Theodore Isaac Rubin. Yeah. Oh no. Oh, Theodore Isaac Rubin is. Oh, I made a mistake with my previous video and listed Theodore Isaac Rubin as a credited screenwriter when I was reading it the wrong way on IMDb. My mistake. Sorry. Anyway, I'm giving it to David and Lisa for the care and sensitivity and the vulnerability brought to our titular characters. And it's just such a tender and gently a warm, loving, and also dark story. Uh, and but there's also like this childlike innocence to it, and that I really like. I talked about this in my mental health uh, movies video. Uh, if you haven't watched that, you can find that looking through my other videos, of course. And then for Best Original Screenplay, I'm giving it to Tokyo Godfathers from 2003, written and directed by Satoshi Kon. For the heartwarming story, complex dynamic characters, and humanistic commentary on social class. I I even showed this to my mom around Christmas time, and she really liked it. And for Best Actor in a Leading Role, I'm giving it to Ivan Dixon for Nothing But a Man from 1964, for the way he brings the character of Duff's self-actualization journey to life and have us feel empathy for him in the times of racial inequality, and help us look see people who may not be of the same race as just as valuable and important. And also, you know, we have the same, at our core, we all have the same wants and needs to be valued, appreciated, to feel like you're making meaning out of life. And I also talked about this video and talked about this movie in my mental health awareness video. Uh, for Best Actress in a Leading Role, I'm giving it to Mala Powers for Outrage from 1950. And once again, a movie I discussed on my in my mental health awareness video. We feel for this character in her experience of PTSD from sexual assault because she makes it so believable. You could tell she put a lot into this character, and it must have required such an intensive degree of difficulty. And for that reason, it's it's a superb achievement of acting that should not be overlooked. For Best Acting Ensemble, I'm giving it to The Celebration from 1998, directed by Thomas Vinterberg. Once again, yet another film I brought up on my mental health awareness video. Uh, for the way they masterfully portray the effects of their familial trauma. Just so brilliant. And to give credit to them, I'm going to list out some of the actors in the cast. Just so that it could feel a little bit more complete. Ulrich Thompson, Thomas Bo Larson, Paprika Steen, Henning Moritzen, Trine Dryholm, Gabatoke Dakina, Berth Newman, it's spelled like BRTHENEUMANN. And for Best Director, I'm giving it to Roy Anderson for Songs from the Second Floor from 2000. For how Roy Anderson masterfully strings together vignettes, takes advantage of spaces and props, and knows how to direct effective blocking among the actors. this was a big influence on Beau's Afraid, and Ari Aster cites it as one of his favorite movies. He he considers it like one of the greatest films of all time, and uh, yeah, it's really incredible film. Uh, and then finally, for Best Picture, I'm giving it to Atanarajwant, The Fast Runner, from 2001, directed by Zacharias Kunuk. Underseen epic. What makes Atanarajwant so unique is that it blends mythical, historical epic, and documentary filmmaking. The story, derived from Inuit legend, is genuinely great. It's an inspiring spiritual hero's journey with Shakespearean elements. All the performances from the all Inuit acting ensemble are fantastic. It was funny. Somebody wrote on Letterboxd, "The real Northman," and then another person wrote, "If Terrence Malick was an Inuit." I hope some boutique label gives this a release because it deserves to be seen. This should even be re-released on the big screen. So that will do it for my for my yes, my revised personal Oscars and my tw- my Eclectic Awards for the 2022-2023 school year. I apologize if I stumbled a bit at some points. I'm recording this at night, so that I'm a little bit tired, but I had a really great time sharing all this with you, and it it's always a pleasure doing videos for you guys, and I'm planning on doing some interesting videos in moving forward in the future. With what I'm planning to do next, it is never mind. I don't want to ruin the surprise. But thank you guys for watching. Goodbye for now.